right, we're live here. I'm up in northern Idaho with Owen Benjamin back, thanks. And then Vincent James. Just kind of a last minute said, figured North Idaho, might just meet up with you guys and fuck around and bullshit.
I love it, man. It's so good to see you. My family's so pumped to have you over for dinner tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out the farm. That's gonna be fun.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I think we should start out. Like, I currently have like a massive campaign trying to get my podcast canceled, but both of you guys were canceled pretty early. Let's start with you. When were you canceled?
It was let's see. I worked for an ad agency printing company for about 13 years, and I started talking about some stuff on YouTube. Started with Trump's election, and I actually I did like a deep dive into research, and I accurately predicted 307 electoral votes for Trump. Everyone came, at that time, YouTube would push your video out. And so a lot of people saw the video, and they were like, you're crazy, I'll be back here when Hillary wins. And then Trump won by exactly that amount of electoral votes, and then all of a sudden my YouTube channel exploded by like 50K subscribers in like a month or even less than that. And so I just went from there and started talking about other things, started finding out other things, and then they started to sort of pick me apart one by one, platform by platform, payment processor by payment processor.
Yeah, same, bro.
Yeah,
I watch. Red Elephant's legendary.
A long time ago.
Yeah, and the thing that surprised me is they hate you even more if you're like right and you work hard, right? Yep. I'm like, but I was right. And they're like, that's why we're mad.
Yeah, they never remember you're right. And be like, oh, you're right. Like all the COVID shit, all the shit. Keep everything right. No one's ever like, you're right. They're just so mad and so mad. And then.
Yeah, because they're like motivated by shame. Like they're so scared of shame that they just like, they get mad if you're good at something. It's crazy.
Back to the Trump thing real quick. I wasn't like a massive Trump supporter, but I lived in San Francisco at the time. And it was awesome watching him win just because the meltdowns are just the most unreal things. People crying in the streets, crying in the bars, being like, it's going to be okay. It's like, what are you guys talking about? It's the fucking president. Who is the president? It makes some difference, but it doesn't affect your life that much. Like, you get it. You have your own farm. You take care of your family, your friends first. The president matters, but these people think it's like everything. They're complete clowns. Like, get a fucking life.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah, the president's just the head of the executive branch. They're like the head manager at Best Buy. They don't own Best Buy, No,
they don't really do much. It's just the same people bossing them around.
Well, I mean, so you have your own farm. You do your you grow food, right?
Yeah,
you pump your own water.
Yeah,
right?
pump my own water.
You've got your own well. You've got you've got your goats. You've got your your chickens or whatever. You got your eggs. I was watching a video that you posted on your Twitter timeline about how many eggs you get in like an hour. It's like over a dozen.
We sell eggs too.
You get like a dozen eggs an hour?
We get dozens a day. Yeah,
That's
I got a little
awesome.
farm stand. We sell them for $5 a dozen. And then, if they're fertilized eggs, you can sell those for $60 a dozen, which is pretty cool.
That's crazy. Yeah, and you don't have to worry about like getting shut down by the government for like bird flu or anything.
Zero.
They don't force you to
Now they're coming after you after this.
Yeah, now the government's been really cool. Post office never shut me down. Government's been cool. It was always private businesses like PayPal and YouTube and Airbnb. Like when they kicked us off Airbnb, but it ended up being a blessing. So I had this rental property in upstate New York. They kicked me out, even though I have 4.9 stars. It was like my income for hate or whatever, even though it was in my wife's name. And so I was so pissed. And then we used that money to build our house because we're living in a barn and we don't have debt and we just make our own food. And we homeschool our 4 kids. And then I realized it's all about not being dependent. Dependence is 100% how quote unquote they control people. And now our food is awesome. My kids are healthy. It's a good life.
Yeah, if you don't have debt, they can't really control you.
Exactly.
Like everyone's like, they can't really cancel you. Like, there's nothing to cancel.
Yeah.
Everything's self-sufficient. That's why everyone's like, have you had any backlashes speaking up? It's like, no, what are they going to do to me? They can't do anything. I have my own house. I don't have any debt.
Exactly.
I don't live above my means. I'm good.
Yeah, and you're like a super reasonable dude. I used to, because as a comedian, I antagonize. It's like in my.
I like to antagonize.
You antagonize
like
too,
Twitter,
but I would. I called the CEO of YouTube like an ugly J and stuff. Like I was like, totally. But I was like, come for me, Gamork. I am a Trey. Like I was in that zone, and so obviously I'm gonna get smacked pretty hard.
Well, speaking of ugly J's, there's the SPLA. They just hit me up yesterday.
SPLC,
SPLC. My bad. They're trying to shut down my podcast. Look at this dude that.
Oh yeah,
look at that demon who's trying to. He asked me for a comment on it. And I think I told him to like what I say. I think something like, "Crawl back into your tunnels, you little dirty baby dick suckers."
Dude, it's so funny because Dave, you were just talking about this on another show. right? Morris Dees, the founder of the SPLC.
It was his daughter and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, you know about that.
Yeah,
So
that's
these guys
what
are
that's
fucking
always what
creeps.
got me to mock Jays. It wasn't like a religious thing. It was hypocrisy, where it's like, you can't be a filthy scumbag and tell me how to live. And that's always what they do. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the ones in a lot of these institutional controls. And no, everyone's so sick of it at this point.
No, exactly. That's why I told the guy to go fuck himself. And I'm an idiot. I went off like for an hour. Who knows whether to publish an article? But he just pissed me off. So I
On
kept
the
telling him what
phone?
a weasel he was. No, by text message.
Oh, by text
We'll see what
message.
they publish. I was like telling him as soon as I saw his picture, I'm like, oh no, you're definitely a pedophile. And he's like, gets all defensive. Well, why would you say that? And then I found an article with him fucking trying to get porn put in schools. And like, you're just like
God.
a sick little demon. You
Well,
little
Yeah.
it's just
goblin.
there it is.
Morris Dees.
Yeah, it's so funny how you know these are the organizations. You got the ADL, which got its start after some dude raped a girl, right? Leo
13-year-old girl.
Frank
Leo Frank, yeah.
raped a girl, and then you got the SPLC, with the founder was accused of doing this to his stepdaughter. That's so crazy.
Yes, these are the guys writing hate pieces on us and getting
Yeah.
us canceled. They're losing power though. Like I said, they got you guys canceled. So far, I haven't been canceled. We'll see. They're trying to get me canceled right now.
Yeah, and if you're stubborn enough, you really can't get like canceled requires consent.
No, exactly. I
You
just
just
don't
keep
care.
going. You just keep going, and then you realize if you build your own stuff, you actually do better.
Well, that's what happened to you. You were canceled, but now you're back. It's like, see, bitch,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
back.
Just keep building stuff.
It can hurt you temporarily. Like they pull me off YouTube, Rumble, whatever. They're trying to get me off fucking Rumble, YouTube.
Yeah,
Like, go
I don't
fuck
think they're
yourself,
gonna
you
at
little
all.
ghoul. I don't think they will either. I think they're a joke. That's what I told them now. Like you guys are a joke. You're a laughing stock. No one cares.
Yeah.
Everyone sees you fucking murdering children.
I don't think Rumble's gonna kick you off.
I don't think so either.
YouTube might.
Thing is, I don't put all my episodes on YouTube. And that's what you're trying to say. Like, oh, so you're breaking you're breaking rules. I'm like, yeah, no, dumb shit, you dumb fucking demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, they try to do off-platform policing. That's why I sued Patreon for like 2 years. Just because they
kicked off
kicked me off
Patreon,
for a
huh?
tweet making fun of the Me Too movement. I call it the Pound Me Too movement. You know, I'm like, little thirsty ladies, you know, Pound Me Too. Like that got me kicked off Patreon, but they can have like cartoon kid porn and stuff. You know, I'm like,
No,
this
yeah,
is
weird
not.
shit like that.
So I did fight them legally, and they spent so much money fighting me, and I'm like, why? And then I realized it's social control. That's how they get the money out to all the protesters and stuff.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
about social engineering, and that's when I was like, oh, okay. They don't want it's birth rate. They don't want people getting pumped and having families.
As many of you know, I have many controversial guests, so that comes at a cost of being demonetized everywhere. So if you want to support the program, go to fightbackpodcast.com, and I have all kinds of merch on there, whether it's jiu-jitsu, fighting, political, and other accessories. And thanks for the support.
But I think it is changing. Dave, actually, you were talking about the head of YouTube. Who's the head of YouTube?
Oh, Susan Wojcicki.
Susan. Isn't
She's
she not
dead.
there?
Didn't she
she's
die? I think she
dead.
died. I think she
And her
died.
son's dude. I got
Wasn't he like a drug addict?
an
And she, like,
episode
lecturing us?
banned for I pointed out the opioid crisis with the Sackler family before anyone else was doing
Right.
it. They banned me for anti-Semitism, and her son died of exactly the thing I
You
was
were
talking
trying to warn
about.
her. This
Holy
sucks.
shit.
Yeah, I was always operating in love, man. And
see
then
that?
she's dead too now.
Wait, her son died of like a heroin overdose?
Yeah, it was fentanyl. I
Holy
think fentanyl. Opioids or fentanyl. Yeah,
the
and then
Sackler
she died too.
family, They went and pushed that through. They got it. What did they get? Fined like $2 billion, but they made like 20 or 30 billion. They're
Yeah.
Like, oh, we'll give you 200,000 people OD a year now.
And they said it was non-addictive. And I knew like a bunch of people that died. That was like
I've lost a couple
totally
friends, yeah.
rat poison for like rural American white people, you know?
No, the guy's addicted and they got no real penalty. Like $2 billion is nothing if you made 20 billion and they fine you too. It's
No,
like
they
a
think it's
joke.
funny. They literally laugh
They
at
probably
that
literally
stuff.
do.
What's interesting is so like you talked about how they made 20 or 30 billion dollars off of OxyContin. They made that in 20 years. Guess how much the pharmaceutical industry made off of the vaccine in 1 year? A lot more than that. $100 billion.
$100 billion?
Yeah, $100 billion in 1 year.
That's
so
why
they made 2, 3, 4 times more than OxyContin did over a 20-year period.
Yeah.
And they shaved off some liabilities with that one too, you know?
100%.
It really made a lot of people start questioning vaccines overall, not just the COVID, you know. It's
Yeah.
a lot of people are starting to be like, I don't know. And I haven't done enough deep research to have a strong opinion, but I'm definitely questioning it now.
I don't know either. I mean, maybe I don't know, if anyone else knows about this, but my mom texted me the other day and she was asking about if she should take she said her doctor recommended she take the shingles vaccine.
Probably not. Seems a little weird.
I know. I don't
I
know.
don't take any. I don't do any now.
RFKs all of a sudden started pushing the mRNA
Like,
vaccine.
everybody should take the vaccine.
He's pushing it for measles in kids now. There's been one death in the last decade from measles.
No, he's
and he's
crazy.
like, we need the mRNA vaccine. It's like, you're blackmailed.
Totally.
What do you
totally.
got? What do you got up there, Dave? What are we looking at?
Sacro family?
I'm switching.
Should we early life check
Oh,
him?
okay. What are we looking at on this?
Do an early
this-
life check.
RFK is just like, who's that guy? Oh, yeah, look at him.
God.
Physiognomy's real,
Oh,
man.
Jesus.
Physiognomy's real. You start looking like your behavior.
Man, that guy looks like a demon.
Yep.
Are they
What
born
the
looking
heck?
that way? or
He's
do they
like,
look-
it doesn't have any addiction to it at all, and the pain goes away.
just take the Oxycontin.
Have you seen the Netflix series? It's called Painkillers.
No.
Dude, it is so good. It
I'll
is
check it
like
out.
really well done, and of course, they never say who the Sackler family was, but it's really well done. There it is. Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, because they get to hide behind the J identity. That's why they just use it. That's why it's just amoral people can just, it's victim consciousness. It's just a shield so they can do more evil stuff.
It's anti-Semitic to criticize it.
Right. And they're not even Semites. It's like, it's all such a, that's why with enough time, it's all such a funny joke. And as a comedian, sometimes I'm like, the devil's pretty funny.
Can be.
But I mean, it's horrifying, but it's, you know what I mean?
You
It's
have
kind
to
of like,
laugh
I was
at
on the
life.
show Punked, and it's like, there's a cruelty to this. I prefer like uplifting comedy that makes you feel good. There's like a Schadenfreude to the devil's comedy, It's
I
like,
remember Punked with
Yeah,
Ashton Kutcher.
yeah, I was a cast member of that. I used to punk celebrities. Yeah.
I know he did Chuck Liddell. Were you there with that?
No.
Lucky Chuck didn't like pop him.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So you knew Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, for that. I never hung with the guy though.
Never hung with him?
No.
So you don't know much about him or anything?
Well, I know about the stuff now. Like looking into that chick. Have you seen that girl that died when he like went to her house?
No.
Oh, I didn't hear about this.
You guys didn't look at this?
I'll have to
No.
look into this. It's a new one for
Oh,
me.
dude, a serial killer killed his date, and he
Really?
went there,
What?
and he was like, he thought that it was red wine on the ground, and went. Dude, it's nuts. And then like
What?
Danny Masterson, yeah, dark shit, man.
Well, you see RFK, he dug his wife's body up from the grave with no
Yeah,
permits.
and transport. I was
It's
telling
like,
people that 2 years ago and she was trying to get the
How's no
noose
one
off.
talking about that? Yeah, the fingers were in the noose, exactly. And she was friends with Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah,
So you wanna
yeah.
play
Now
it,
it's a
then-
dark world,
Wait,
man.
hold on a
don't-
second.
people
I want to
don't
go back
dig
to this
bodies up.
Ashton Kutcher thing. What the fuck? What are you talking about?
Bro,
I never
there's
even
some
heard about
rabbit
this.
holes when it comes to like family deaths of some of these people. Have you looked into Kelsey Grammer? Dad murdered, sister murdered, and all like serial killers.
Yeah, there's not very many serial killer murderers.
No, I think a lot of serial killers are just like, it's like a brand that you
So
can.
you think Ashton? Why?
I have no idea, but I think
That's
that
fucking weird.
he called his like agent and someone else, and he didn't call the police. And then they found her body, and he because his fingerprints were on the handle, and he was like looking in. And now with all this stuff with like the trafficking, have you seen all this stuff with his
what's
wife?
that?
What's his wife's name? The chick from
Demi Moore?
No, from
not
Family
Demi.
Guy or no? What's her name? That
I know you're
Ukrainian
talking about, I
chick.
can't think of her name.
I can't think of her name
Dude,
either.
tons of scandals with
Shows
that
how
stuff.
irrelevant these celebrities are now. They're like the biggest
No one
celebrities. We're like,
cares.
who are these people?
Wait,
Yeah.
then the Danny Masterson stuff.
Yeah,
happened.
he's in prison for life for rape. Yeah, and it's like I missed all that. I was the butler of the Playboy Mansion in a movie, and I've never been to a Playboy Mansion party. I was always at the Improv every night, and it's like, so I do these shows, and I never hang with them. I just go do stand up and get drunk with the crowd every night. Like I missed the whole like creepy Hollywood. So then when I started learning this stuff, I'm like,
Yeah, I'm around these weirdos.
yeah, totally.
Hollywood's the worst place to go out. Like to me, the Hollywood club scene, it's the fakest.
Yeah, I
most
would never
weird.
went.
I remember going to Hollywood a couple times. I'm like, oh my god, get me out of these clubs. Everyone's trying to look cool, but they're not even having fun. They're just sitting there at the tables. The doormen are all like snobby at the doors. Like, fuck these people.
Totally, man. Like my Hollywood experience was actually fun. It'd be like, all the best comics in the world. And then we'd like hang till like 4 a.m. playing piano, drinking. It was like smart, it was like, and then Hollywood, Netflix changed comedy. It was like, then everyone was like a political hack. Like Zach Galifianakis used to drop a hard N on stage. It was like not like it is now. And it really drew me. And then I started seeing what was going on, and I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah, most
We gotta
comedy
get outta
sucks
here.
nowadays.
Oh.
I think there's a comeback though. Like there's like the Skankfest type guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the comedy as a whole has definitely gotten pretty gay. But
Well, you know
see
who-
these guys pushing back.
So actually, Dave introduced me to this show. It's called Kill Tony.
Yeah, I think he's funny. I don't think you like that much, right? But I think he's funny.
It's not that I don't like him. He just sounds like the alien from American Dad, where he's like, "Hey, Joe."
He seems a little gayish, but
He's a little twinky.
I think he can be pretty funny though.
So
Yeah.
Kill Tony is, and I just texted this clip today. That I don't know if I have it or not. But so Kill Tony always has Shane Gillis on. What do you think of Shane Gillis?
He's pretty fun. He can be funny.
I
he
think
pushes a lot of booze on. You know, sometimes I get a little annoyed when it's always just trying to get everyone drunk, and I'm just like, dude,
Not
enough.
really my humor.
Yeah,
but
this
I'm not
clip
the guy
right
who's
here.
nice to me,
Check
so I don't want to bash
this
him.
out. So this is Shane Gillis. Let's watch this. Let's see if we can see this one.
We've done for the Jewish people. We've given you
Right.
our entire government. And what did you do other than commit genocide, which you would think maybe we're against that type of thing.
That's funny.
Like he's been going off on it. He's been
That's pretty
saying a
good.
lot.
I haven't really watched much of his stuff. That was funny at least.
That's
Like,
funny.
Theo Vaughn. What do you think of Theo?
I
Vaughn?
know
like-
Theo
I like
well.
Theo, yeah.
Theo's a cool dude.
Yeah,
he worked really hard for his success.
I met him in Vegas a few weeks ago. He came to himself. He was super nice, was really friendly, like seemed like he was a genuine guy. He's like, oh, let me know anything I can do to help the podcast. He seemed like he genuinely meant it too, not just like a guy saying something.
Yeah.
but
Well,
trying
Don't
to
say
be
that. You're
sensible.
going to get him in trouble now.
Nah, he's
Yeah.
cool. He worked hard. He was doing sets every night, running rooms, running open mics, collecting emails. Those are the guys that when they get successful, I'm like, good. You know, he worked hard. He wasn't just like someone's nephew or something, you know?
He just seemed like a good, genuine guy. That's how he felt.
Yeah.
Pretty good at reading people, and that's how he felt to me. But
Yeah, totally.
And then he's been talking about like Israel
He's been
controls their
dabbling.
government, and he's been
he
dabbling.
did an early life check on the Sackler family when he had the vice president on there.
Oh yeah.
And you've seen him
Did
just
he
like
really? Yes,
squirming
he
on.
did.
He's squirming on the seat, like, oh, and he goes, oh, let's see where they're from. Pulls up, hits early life check.
Yeah, you can't
seriously?
hide it anymore. I mean, back when me and you were doing it on YouTube, it's like,
Yeah.
and there'd be nights I'd get like 40,000 live viewers,
Yeah.
and they could still
Yeah.
shut it
I
down
remember
though.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like,
No, it's big. You guys both had huge channels.
dude,
and they pulled 'em.
my channel had like 100 million views in like not that
Jesus.
long, and then they just erased it. And it back then you could just make things go away.
Oh, he's
And
got it up.
No, it is
and
harder
you
to
can't
cancel now,
anymore.
which-
Yeah,
exactly.
Here we can put.
Like, at what point do people lose the opportunity to be here? It seemed like if you killed 500,000 people, you wouldn't be able to hang out anymore.
Or maybe at least you should have a criminal investigation.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's the thing that's I mean, like the Sackler family clearly got rich off of an extraordinary amount of human misery and death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are they from? Bring it up real quick.
He knew.
This is how you know
They're
people
from the
start
Northeast,
noticing, you know?
I'm pretty sure.
He knows.
The Sackler family originated from Galicia in Poland, and their ancestors were Jewish immigrants. Isaac Sackler.
Brooklyn, New York.
Oh,
yeah.
and then they lived in Brooklyn, New
he's
York.
like Brooklyn, it's Brooklyn, right?
Nice.
Brooklyn, yeah, the Brooklyn.
I mean, look, the thing that I've never understood.
Yeah, they're like,
they're just not.
stop.
That's funny.
Yeah, they're not able to control and cancel people the same as they used to. But before
Yeah.
they can pull your guys' channels and people aren't communicating the same on Twitter, I mean, I don't know. They might try again. We'll see. They're trying to cancel me right now. I don't think it's going to work.
No, I got 15 million views on BitChute. That's one thing that they were afraid of, is that they wouldn't be able to like gatekeep if they don't control the pasture. Too many people were going to Gab. They like had to bring us back.
That's true. They were going there, and it hurts a company like Gab, but you know, it's a great company. BitChute, like you said, these are great companies.
Yeah, I
but-
still upload there every day out of loyalty.
Yeah, I started putting my podcast on there because I talked to I think one of the owners, CEO, someone there, and he's like, "Oh yeah," I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll put my stuff on there. It's great." Oh,
Yeah,
actually
Ray.
gets decent views too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
no.
good to support those guys because they never cuck to ever, and I'll just always upload there, even if I only get
No,
like
it's-
2,000 views
No,
or
they
something.
deserve the shout out. They're more authentic than Rumble, in my opinion. They
Yeah.
seem like I said, I don't know if he's owner or CEO or what. The guy seems super legit.
Yeah,
Talked to
Ray.
him.
Yeah, Ray's
Probably
cool.
Ray. Yeah. Yeah, I automatically upload there.
You know, the people should, definitely a site to support. They actually believe in free speech.
Yeah.
Actually, every episode of our show, The Backlash, gets automatically uploaded there because we're on my Rumble channel. So anything that gets posted to my Rumble channel, I don't know how Ray did this, but he was like, "Hey, dude, I'll just like," because I was complaining one time on a stream about like how long it takes to upload to every platform because I'm still on Odyssey and all these things. And he's like, "Hey, I'll just have it be auto uploaded to BitChute." I don't know how he did it, but now everything I post anywhere gets automatically uploaded to BitChute.
That's
He
awesome.
connected something with mine too, unless my employee did, because it's automatically. Because I'm not putting it there. I know.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's him or my employee doing it.
Yeah, Ray's awesome.
You realize how much fucking work is it making, like the content, the uploading, the different platforms,
Dude,
to
it's
start
a
a
lot.
podcast. Like, oh, it's going to be easy. And then
Dude,
like,
it's
what
so
the fuck?
intense, man. There's like whole careers based around just that knowledge.
I mean, look at how much he's doing over here. Just like,
No, you
switching
can't-
cameras.
You
and-
can't do this shit by yourself and like, you know, and be successful at least.
Yeah, and even if you're gonna censor, I just like clear rules. You know, like my social media platform that we created is like totally clean. Like no swearing, nothing.
Wait, what is it?
It's Bertaria Times, so it's the good, the true, the beautiful. There's like a 8-year-old could scroll it.
Yeah,
it's just like
it's good to have places where kids can go.
Yeah. But it's like if someone's going to be like, we're censoring on YouTube, I'm like, okay, what are the rules?
Yeah, can't we call for genocide? Oh, we can call genocide for one race,
exactly,
but not another? What?
And that's why I'm like, oh, so a black guy can say this word, but I can't. Oh, a J can have an ethno-state, but Poland can't. I'm like, unless you establish rules, it's nonsense.
No, people are just fed up with different rules for different people. It's not
Yeah,
hateful
that's what
to
the
want
Pharisee
the same
is,
rules
yeah.
as the Jays or the blacks, or like we all should have the exact same rules. to go by.
Exactly.
Same with the word. If like you say a word, I can say a word. You know.
But they hate competition because they can't win. They need that advantage, you know? Because if there's real competition, they lose. It's a parasitic group.
But yeah, I think these organizations, or not organizations, but these platforms, a lot of them are becoming a little more lenient in what they allow. I think they have to though. There's really no choice because the whole like shift is happening in consciousness. So they can't shut down Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson, these programs.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's writing these articles on this website? Like, is this a website? Like,
oh no, if you go to app.bertariatimes.com, that's a social media app. But these are all like tips for homesteading. I know app.bertariatimes.com.
oh no,
You can look it up on any app store. That's the thing is I have no backlash for this because there's like nothing on there that's remotely controversial. Like there's no politics, there's no despair, there's nothing.
People
you got to
just keep on being happy. That's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
People like not complaining about anything, just being. No, it's great to have platforms like that.
Dave, remember now. We've got two people saying backlash. We've got him saying backlash, and we've got him saying backlash. So we're going to have to use them in the supercut, the commercial for the backlash.
Isn't it funny that's what you do to slaves? You lash their backs.
Wait, is that where that comes
Dude,
from?
whipping
Oh,
a
that is
slave.
where that comes from. Yeah.
I love when it's like Candace Owens got backlash. I'm like, yeah, they lashed your back. You know, they got that B.
She got fired for liking a tweet.
Dude, the funniest thing is all the hate speech monitors are in Africa, and they literally got paid in Kentucky Fried Chicken. Have you seen the clip? It's on 60 Minutes.
No, they
It's just a
didn't.
joke or real?
No, I swear to God.
It just like sounds so racist.
On 60 Minutes, they talk about how they were paid in Kentucky Fried Chicken. Swear to God.
This can't be
And
real.
those were the people, the head of
This
Facebook.
can't be real.
That's why I say the devil's funny. It's like, that's so funny. But like, they kicked me off. Imagine like a black
How
guy.
are you not going to laugh at that?
You gotta laugh at that.
And
like
they really do like fried chicken.
They love it.
They
So do
love
I.
it.
I also love watermelon. You know, watermelon's
It's
awesome.
not fair because everyone loves watermelon.
I'm also
Wait, there it is. There it is. The AI.
I'm growing
right there.
cotton too this year. I'm literally growing cotton.
The AI thing said it.
Yeah,
Owen
here we go. Oh,
Benjamin,
that's my
African.
clip right there.
Kentucky
Right there.
Fried
Yeah.
Chicken.
Hang on, watch the. Oh, there's a whole thing though. Is that
Oh
my
yeah,
whole
that's
thing?
the whole thing. Yeah.
Forget
We're
that one.
going to
Forget
watch
that
2
one.
hours and 50 minutes while we watch the podcast.
Yeah,
I was
no,
like,
no.
leave
But
on- leave
it's
this
like
part,
a
guys, leave this
1 minute
part.
clip, and it's out there. It's so funny. Oh, that's my sketch.
No, you can just go back. Go back to the browser. Actually, I think I saw it.
Oh, that's it. Right? That's it.
Hold on.
Dude, it's not believable. It's so funny. There it is. There it is.
There it is.
That's my guy right there. They're like, because they. Do you think there's people in the world that can't see this? I've thought about that. Watch. Come on, hit the play, dummy.
The contract
Talking
for a
about-
certain
talking about
job was 6 months. Okay. What if you finished in 3 months? Does the worker get paid for those extra 3 months?
No.
KFC.
What?
KFC and Coca-Cola.
They used to say, thank you. They get you a bottle of soda and KFC chicken. That is it.
Can we early life check? We got an early
Workers
check.
told
Who's doing
us
this?
that some of the projects for Meta and OpenAI were grim and caused them harm. Naftali was assigned to train AI to recognize and weed out pornography, hate speech, and excessive violence.
Yeah, and they lumped my
Fried
jokes
chicken.
in with like beheadings, and they're like giving them KFC. It's such a joke.
How is that not hilarious? That's
It's
like
so funny.
That's crazy. They paid these like African workers, these tech workers in Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, literally,
dude.
literally, and like they would get like $1.50 an hour or KFC.
They probably
And
took
they had to
KFC.
choose.
Yeah, they took the KFC, and
They
they're
took
like pissed
the
about it. But
KFC.
what are you gonna do?
Hey guys, Jake Shields here. As you know, I have a free speech podcast. To keep that going, it's important to have sponsors and support them. If you want to support them and me, go to antelopehillpublishing.com and be sure to use the promo code FIGHTBACK. They have tons of different books that are hard to get. Today, I recommend Opiate of the Masses. It's a full journalistic investigation into the opioid crisis in America. So again, to support the podcast, antelopehillpublishing.com and the promo code FIGHTBACK. Methylene blue has been used for over 100 years for medical purposes and recently surged back into popularity. It has been shown to help repair brain tissue and improve memory, cognitive function, energy, and mood. Research suggests that methylene blue could have neuroprotective effects, possibly aiding in conditions like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and depression. Go to MerakiMedicinal.com and use the promo code FIGHTBACK for a discount. Have you guys seen there's a Japanese news segment when they're trying to figure out if the Tenge, which is their ancient demons, were actually the Jays?
Oh, yeah. I love the Tenge.
They don't care about racism in Japan. They're just like, then they went to like the synagogue. They're like, do you think the Tenge were the Jays?
Yeah, they had huge noses.
Because they have like the thing on the head, the little top, and they have the long nose that comes out.
Oh, the black cube.
The cube,
Yeah, the black cube. What is the...
That's not it.
That's not it. What is the black cube about, anyway? Like, what is
Dude, I've heard all the esoteric stuff. I can't wrap my head around it. It's like Saturn, and I don't even know.
Dave, you probably know, right? What is the black cube about?
The black cube of Saturn. I mean, it's a weird thing. I mean, if you look at Saturn, there's like a weird like hexagon on the top of it.
Allegedly, I've never been able to find it myself.
So there's all kinds of weird connotations to that. And then you've got the Kaaba, right, in Saudi Arabia, where all the Muslims are going around.
Yeah,
this
that's
big black
interesting.
cube. So
New York has a cube.
it's some weird Jewish shit, man.
Yeah, look
That's
at the Tenge.
weird.
Look at that. How funny is that?
Yeah, it's like Pinocchio, too. It's all kind of just like, if you sneak and lie, you get a huge nose.
Now,
Yeah, they're like lie. They
with
love
the
gold.
Thing, they've got tefillin, right? Tefillin is the black cube. that
Looks
they
a lot
put
like
on
the
their head.
Tenge.
Right.
Look at that guy.
Now go back to the Tenge. I don't know.
That's
Something
super
there.
funny.
There's something there.
That is, so that's their demons. That
Well,
they
yeah, the
say.
thing in Japan, they don't care about being called racism. So they do like a dead serious segment on like, is this the demons or not? And then they go talk to the Jewish guys. I think they came to the conclusion, yeah, it probably is.
That's so funny.
Good old Japan. You guys been to Japan? That's a fucking.
No, I want to go, though.
It's pretty awesome. The first time I left America, the first time I was on a plane to go fight, I'd never been on a plane. Fly out to Japan, you get there, that place is fucking weird. You're like, but there's, good and bad, but it's like clean, safe.
What's
no
the
litter.
bad?
It's overall, I'd say it's good, but sort of a little bit, they can be a little bit like restrictive, a little bit, they put a lot of pressure on themselves.
Yeah,
So it's,
totally.
One interesting thing is like it's not looked down upon just to get wasted at night. So guys will be in their business suits like falling over, and they totally change their personalities because I think they have so much pressure.
Yeah.
So they'll like come up to me and they start like poking me and be like, "Oh, muscles," because I was like fighting with shoes back then. They'd want to like feel my arms. You're like, "What's going on?" Then you get some dudes want you to do things with the women and shit. You're like, "You guys are weird."
Yeah.
Holy
Well,
shit.
they got real into that cartoon porn stuff over there.
Really into car. It's
After World
everywhere.
War II, they just went full tentacle weirdo. But I like a lot of Japan, though. I'm like into Japan.
They have some cool shit. Yeah, the samurais. I think they've lost a little bit of the Bushido they used to have, though, because good example is fighting. When I first started fighting, the best countries were Japan, Brazil, and America. Probably America first, Brazil, then Japan. But those are the top three battling it out. Japan, they don't have any good fighters anymore.
Is Brazil still crushing?
They're still good, but they've fallen down. It's still America #1, and then probably like Russia. But people are popping up all around the world now. There's champs, like
Yeah.
Ireland, like all kinds of weird countries.
I saw that clip of that Russian dude like fighting with a bear.
Khabib, he was literally like wrestling a bear. Dude's, I used to train with him a lot. Nice dude. They're serious. They're very serious. You don't joke around with them, but just like we joke around a little bit. But good dude, good heart.
Yeah.
Like,
I like that
the
guy.
Dagestani guys. They're hard people. I remember from Israel, they went and landed a plane from Israel in Dagestan, and they stormed the airport and like raided it. I'm like, dude, you guys not know? I could have told you that wasn't happening. Knowing Dagestani people, they're some hard people.
Yeah, man.
But if you the American fighters, you're saying America's #1 in MMA.
Yeah.
So what are they like? What type of people? Like what race are they? The American
It's
fighters?
very mixed, but more white, which is for sport. There are definitely some great black fighters too, John Jones, but overall it's still, I think, white are the dominant.
So they're
There's
not
good
like
Mexican
Brazilian
fighters. There's good-
Americans
there's-
or something?
Most of the Brazilians have moved here now once they make it.
So, but are they considered American then?
They still
Like
go by
if they're-
Brazil, but a lot of Brazilians are becoming American citizens because most of the Brazils are into fighting. They're super pro-America for some reason and conservative, and they all want to become U.S. citizens. But in their defense, they're like most of them are like proud Americans. They're like more right-leaning. They're not like trying to cause problems. So it's interesting to see the Brazilians I know at least.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for fighters just because you can't really be a liar because you just there's so much pain from deception, you know?
That's probably why so many fighters are speaking up with how they feel. It's like you can't really like.
Yeah, that's how stand-up used to be, and that's why like I get along well with like you and a lot of MMA guys because it's like I don't know, you just lying and deception causes pain, and stand-up was like that until the laugh track and Netflix and all that. Because you bomb, you say something that's false, and the crowd makes you feel horrible about it. Yeah. And so, yeah, that's why I think a lot of fighters are good dudes.
Yeah, you know, you go in the cage, get the shit beat out of you. It's gonna be like, oh shit, I better get better.
Yeah, your ego gets crushed.
No, that's what Kill Tony's about. So Kill Tony is basically about like I mean, a bunch of amateur comedians walk up there, they tell their jokes. Most of them like fall flat on their face. Some of them are pretty funny, but I mean, I've watched. I mean, the episode that Dave showed me with Shane Gillis versus Biden. Trump versus Biden. I was literally.
Oh, that was a funny one.
Was I not rolling on the floor?
You were literally on the floor, dying.
I was on the floor laughing.
Was Adam Ray doing Biden?
It was Adam Ray.
Yeah, Adam Ray's funny.
Yeah.
I used to know that dude.
You guys seen Hans Kim? He's like the Asian guy that goes on there a lot. He's super funny.
Yeah, Hans Kim. Right.
He's really good at like
the Asian guy.
quick zinger jokes. Which for Kill Tony, you have to be like really. It's a different type of comedy. You can't really build it. It's got to just be like zinger.
Yeah.
Dude, the funniest clip for Kill Tony I've ever seen is who's that guy that was in Something About Mary? He looks real weird.
Oh,
He's
Ben Stiller?
awesome at comedy. No, it's he's got like a strange name. He's like real famous. I'm just retarded.
Is it Something About Mary? Like, I guess you could just look up the cast.
I remember the
of
movie.
Something
It was
yeah.
like one of the side characters. He was you totally will recognize this guy. He acts
Was
like
it Stifler?
no,
Stifler?
no. He just did Rogan recently, and like Rogan didn't understand the jokes. Is it this movie? It's not that, dude. I'm a retard, man.
Oh, what's that comedian?
What's his name? It's he's got a weird name. He's got his ears go out like this.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll probably pop to you at some point.
Yeah,
Oh, Matt
Don't you hate
Dillon's
that? It
ears
drives me
go out
crazy
like
when
that.
you're like.
totally.
So who's your least favorite comic that you know in person?
I mean, a lot of them cuck so hard. I just kind of fell off with the whole industry because during COVID, I'm like, none of you guys are. Because I was
such
going
bitches.
for it the whole time. I was like unrelenting, and none of them would do it. They're all like posting pictures in masks. They're doing vaccine card checks at all and they'll pretend they didn't. They all did.
No, they all
Yeah.
did. Even Joe did in the beginning.
Totally.
When I did a show, he's like,
Yeah.
"Can you take a COVID test?" I'm like, "You already tested positive. I'm good."
Dude,
And he's like, "All right, let's do the
100%.
show."
And I'll just never forget that. It's kind of like those moments when you see what people really are. You know, like when shit's hitting the fan.
No, everyone panicked. I was surprised. Like fighters bounced back pretty quick, but even most of my fight friends for the first like 2 weeks were a little weird. It's like, dude, we're not gonna hide out from a fucking virus. Let's go train some jujitsu.
Dude, some
Within a
of the
month,
stuff
all the
coming
fighters
out
are
of
back.
China like radicalized me though. Like so, like initially when you like the first few days, I was like, I gotta fucking
did
buy
the-
everything. I gotta stock up and everything.
You
Like,
got
I
all
didn't
the
know
shit
what
I
on
was
bottle of toilet
stocking up
paper.
too, but I thought it was because of people's reaction. Like I was never afraid of like any disease. I was like, people are buying all this toilet paper. I'm like, everybody's going nuts.
I gotta be able to wipe my ass.
The Indians are like, no, this is fine with us.
Just shit on the ground. Use your hands.
What's this toilet
Nothing.
paper, man?
We have elephantitis. This is nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, first I think the Indians get too much hate, but I think you're one of the guys that led that, right? The Indian hate.
Well,
Then
yeah, but
you
a lot-
stopped
but
and everyone else jumped in.
Indian individuals think it's funny. It's India as like, you know, like their ADL version hates me.
Mm-hmm.
But Indian dudes would like laugh at my jokes. That's why, you know, comedy's so interesting. It's like individuals will laugh, but everyone
yeah,
else
we gotta be able to
doesn't.
make fun of everyone. You can't like, oh, you can't make fun of these people.
Yeah, I was like making fun of bobbleheads and Poopy and the Ganges, and they're like laughing. But then overall, they're like writing hit pieces, and I'm just like, that's funny.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
the new Jews.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't have sacred cows. Like, I'm gonna make fun of every group, or else I lose my card. You know?
Yeah, I hate people that don't. They treat different groups different. I think that's what it is.
Same
'Cause,
here.
Like I said, the Jays get special treatment. It just kind of bugs me.
Exactly, and I won't give them special
I feel
treatment.
like comedy is sort of moving the same way as discourse, political discourse online, where it seems like it's opening up a little bit, especially when it comes to like the Jewish stuff. Like we see Theo Vaughn and we
Tony
see Shane
Hinchcliffe a little
Gillis.
bit.
And,
Yeah, absolutely.
but before it was like really like you could like everyone was reacting crazy. They thought Dave Chappelle was crazy for saying what he said. I know Dave Chappelle stole your jokes, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did. I saw that clip. I was
When
like,
Ye called him out for it on Alex Jones.
that's indisputable.
He
Like,
got
that's
oh yeah, he did call. I think I did
Yeah,
see
'cause
that.
it was-
I remember,
it was
remember you
word
told me.
for
I'm like, yeah.
word.
Then I saw Ye go.
Yeah.
Like you stole your joke. That's funny.
I saw the clip and I was like, okay,
It's word for word, and it was like he was getting all this press about it. Like he's the first guy to do this bit, and it's so revolutionary. I'm like, dude, I did it like 5 years ago when it mattered.
Yeah.
And they deleted it all from YouTube and pretended it didn't exist. And I'm like,
How frustrating from a comic is that when someone like steals your bit? Is that like
I had to
really-
like spiritually grow from those experiences. I'm like, it's all God's bit. You know, I like got to that point where I'm
Well, yeah,
like, I
fighting,
can't.
You're supposed to steal people's moves in fighting. You're not supposed to, but guys are gonna study your tape and it's like,
Yeah,
guys are doing
yeah.
your shit. But in comedy, that's like just directly stealing your shit.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, it's one thing if like a dude tells my joke, I'm like, that's the whole point,
Yeah.
you know? But if it's another comedian, I'm like, that's like intellectual property, you know? That's why they kept trying to call me former comedian. I'm like, it's because you guys are just taking all my bits.
Especially someone that big doing it. It's like
Yeah, that's
fucked
what I was
up.
gonna say. If someone's really famous, taking all your jokes and that's
Can't he afford joke writers? Maybe one of his writers stole it.
I think it might have been one of his writers because I actually hear Chappelle's kind of cool, but I know some of his writers are real sneaks.
No, they're probably
Yeah.
it's getting an early life check.
Well, did he get any like flack for saying like, oh, when Jews get together, they're
That
you're
was
not supposed-
hilarious.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
A conspiracy of Jews.
Yeah, he was like, you're not supposed to talk about it. It's like, how come he didn't get any flack for that?
He's just
Or did he?
He just doesn't care. He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
It's hard when you don't care. There's not much you could do. Like you don't care. Like what are they going to do? Well, when they take down your platforms, but they can't really take him down. He's too big. They know he doesn't
Yeah.
care. I'm for sure they screeched a little bit. That's all they do. They screech and like shut him down, shut him down. If you just go fuck yourself. They stop.
Who was that one comedian that got accused of stealing jokes? Dane Cook. Dane,
Yeah, Dane.
You remember Dane Cook?
Joe Rogan went off on someone for doing that.
Carlos Mencia. That's what made me like the biggest Joe Rogan fan was because he stood up for that way back then. I thought that was super cool.
No, I've always liked Joe. Someone told me they were talking shit on me earlier today, so I got upset. But then luckily I texted him and he explained himself. I'm like, okay, that's why it's instead of getting mad and talking shit on Twitter, I'm like, all right, let's calm down for a
that's
second,
cool.
text my friend, and it was like, okay, we're still cool.
Well, he used to do that podcast basically only. His like main guest was that other fighter. What's his name that would come on his show all the time? Was he
Brendan
a fighter?
Schwab or
Ben Schaub.
No, it was another guy that would always
Eddie
come
Bravo?
on.
Flat Earth
Eddie
guy.
Bravo.
Eddie Bravo. Yeah, Eddie Bravo.
Eddie
is-
Bravo, yeah.
Was
yeah,
he a
Eddie Bravo.
fighter?
No, jiu-jitsu guy. Good jiu-jitsu guy though.
Jiu-jitsu guy?
Yeah, it's different than fighting. It's just without
Oh, I
punches.
just mean like a whatever.
It's a martial artist though. Yeah,
martial
he's,
artist guy.
Joe Rogan's trained jiu-jitsu under him.
So then he stopped having him on after he went off about the
Interesting
flat
that he
Earth
has-
and moon and all
yeah,
that
he
stuff.
hasn't had Eddie on really anymore, huh?
Yeah, he doesn't have.
He's
him on
very
anymore.
Joe's very political. Like he rides the wave. But in his defense, he's trying to keep his position and he's pragmatic and I'm more like artistic. So
See,
it's like
we're the ones that blaze things early. He comes
Yeah.
in like a year later where people still give him credit for being early, but it's really like a year late. But, I like Joe overall. He's a
yeah,
good
and he
dude.
like runs an institution, so like he
he's
really
it.
can't blaze like.
No, I
get
like
it.
Joe a lot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm glad I texted someone. I was mad at him earlier today.
Yeah.
He explained himself, made sense. His arguments were, valid. It's like, okay.
Cool.
Like no one's perfect.
Yeah, it's like a
He has
CEO can't like blaze any. That's why I give him grace because it's like, I make fun of him a lot, but it's like I get it. I live on a farm in Idaho. Like I can say whatever I want. He's got a lot of employees and a lot of.
couple $100 million he's making in his deals. There's a lot of money coming through.
I know, and for me, I just have a cattle ranch immediately, get an airship, like start figuring out free energy.
But for that kind
same.
of money, you have to bring a few Mossad agents on your show.
Yeah, totally.
part of the package.
Part of the package.
No, I would definitely do exactly what you're doing. Like
Yeah.
if I had the resources to do it, I mean, that would be my dream, just to have a.
That's why
frickin'
they
farm,
cancel us.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
then
we'd compete.
yeah, exactly. And
We get
they-
like a windmill, like to start.
yeah.
might have to
produce our-
see. We're all from California. I might have to move here too. We'll get the California rush to Idaho.
I love it.
and then
would be
we'll
badass.
vote liberal and switch it to.
Yeah.
Wait, are you gonna move here?
They get so pissed.
Probably not, but maybe actually it's
What
the
is
first time
your?
here.
What
It
is
is
your?
awesome here.
What does your family think about this place?
I can do whatever I want, go wherever. No, I love it. We'll I would possibly move here eventually. Right now, I just started a podcast. It's easy getting people through Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas is easy, right? Yeah.
Maybe eventually, if you're big enough, people are going to come up here. But like brand new at Vegas, everyone's through Vegas.
Vegas is a good spot. It's a good hub.
But we do a lot of solo content and shit. Somewhere like here, you have to do different shit, or you have a panel you talk with. So it's like there's definitely things. But yeah, you're not going to constantly get new guests coming through Idaho unless you're massive like Joe Rogan could. But
And then you
Yeah.
could just pay them to fly them out.
yeah, exactly.
And then cancel if they're too controversial.
We do have a private airport.
Tim Pool canceled on him after he flew him out there.
Are you
He did.
serious?
He flew out there. It's like 8 hours. He flew, how long did it take you to get out
Okay,
there?
so here's the thing. So I don't know. I think it was
You know what happened.
Cassandra booked, right?
Cassandra Fairbanks, right?
Cassandra Fairbanks.
Who's awesome.
And she's
booked
cool.
me.
Yeah.
She
I like
was
her.
awesome. Awesome, by the way. She recently got fired from Tim Pool.
Right.
And it came directly after I was invited on as a guest on Tim Pool. So they flew me out there. They put me up in a hotel. They had a literal driver drive me around, pick me up, waiting to go on the show. And then not a few hours before the show, I get a text and it's like, sorry, show's canceled. You're not going to be going on. No one else is able to fill in, and that's it. And they say, and I don't know. This is what Tim Pool says, and he even DM'd me and he said, sorry, my family had a thing, so I don't know.
He was back the next day, said it wasn't a deal. I don't like him because he lied to me. I just hate liars,
Me
and
too.
It's like, he's like, they've been trying to get me on the show forever. And finally I'm like, okay, maybe he want me to bait some Zionists. I'm like, all right, let me bring someone because I'm new to this topic. And he's like, all right. And I call him back. I'm like, all right, I met the kid, Nick Fuentes. I didn't know who he was. I was told he's a terrible racist. He told me a story how at 18 he was canceled and stuff. And I'm like, bro, that's fucked up. So I'm like, let me see if I can get you in a couple podcasts. So, I got him on Hodge Twins. And then I hit up him. And I go, hey, do you want to come on Tim with me? He's like, yeah, sure. Hit Tim up. Like, all right, me and Nick are gonna come do it. And then he just like lost his shit, like freaked out that he couldn't do it. But he's a weak little man. So on the phone,
Tim Pool, yeah.
So I kind of bullied him into the phone, to an agreement.
Nice.
I'm like, well, you told me. It's like, and then he's just like, okay. And then like, week by, and I call, and I called him, doesn't answer. And then he has Cassandra call and been like, oh, they can't find anyone for the debate. It's like Tim would have called me himself and been like, it's bad for my show. I'd be like, okay, cool. But the fact that he had her call, made up some bullshit lies, didn't keep his word. I'm like, you're just
Bro, I've had people do that to me and be honest, and I will always respect them for it. Like,
Honesty.
I don't even tell the story because if someone's just like, yeah, man, I don't want to lose a sponsor, I'm like, no problem, bro.
Yep.
But if someone's like, you're an evil person, I'm like, dude, I've watched you almost OD on like crack.
That's how these
what are you
people
talking,
I know.
Yeah.
There's some people I know, like there's a well-known tech CEO was tweeting out some shit during COVID, and I see him the night before freaking doing cocaine with the same straw with chicks, like tons of chicks. I'm like, dude, you were just a full of, I didn't say what he was doing, but I called him out, like, hey, I was at that party we were at last night, and he just freaked out, calling me, like, can you take that tweet down? I'm like, no, you're full of shit. He didn't tweet about that anymore.
Yeah, totally, man.
Hey guys, Jake Shields here. If you want to support Fight Back Podcast, our brand new sponsor is Think Zinc. They're a company that supports free speech and they're opposed to genocide. This is a 7-in-1 formula with all the highest grade vitamins and minerals. It has magnesium, zinc, vitamin E, vitamin C, and house and MCT oils. This is great for elite athletes and the common person. Yeah, I can't stand full of shit people. And Tim's full of shit. Did I fly you out there? That's just so fucking disrespectful. You flew far, bro. That's like you spent an entire day.
I actually missed one of my son's baseball games to fly out there. Yeah.
It's zero respect, man. He basically just said, fuck you, and you're still being nice to the guy. I just don't like people to disrespect me like that.
He DM'd me and he said, he DM'd me personally. He said it was a family thing. So
you believed him, yeah. You were like too honest and too trusting.
There's no way it was a family thing.
He's a lying little rat.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, like I started the podcast being like, I'm going to get bigger than Tim Pool in 3 years. I think it's going to take less time now because he's starting to collapse. It's going to be easy.
Yeah, and I think most of his numbers are inflated. I don't think he has like real fans. I've never met like a Tim Pool fan.
No, I didn't have any fans. Good point.
No one's like, man, I love listening to Tim Pool. No, there's no fans.
That is an excellent point. No one likes Tim Pool. They're just kind of like tolerate him.
It's like Don Lemon. You like fall asleep and it's playing and you get a number for it. It's like nobody's like, man, Tim Pool, dude, he's really holding them.
Crushing it.
Nobody.
You hear those truth bombs he's dropping.
No,
it was Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday.
Dude, that was so funny.
No,
he
so literally
weird.
did meet with Ben.
Yeah, like in a secret meeting.
Yeah, secret. Yeah, then it was secret meeting. You can't say who's there. It's like, isn't this like treason? This guy's wanted for a. Oh, Bobby Fischer's on the screen. My favorite chess player.
That's awesome. Bobby Fischer crushes.
Don't you have a shirt with Bobby Fischer on it?
I did do a shirt with Bobby Fischer. Just to prove that I'm not an anti-Semite.
Yeah,
Jewish chess player.
Here it is. What do we got?
Oh, my store's been taken down twice this week too.
Last night I wasn't here. I got late word that I was invited to a private roundtable meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. It was under what's called Chatham House rules. For those that are not familiar, this means that you cannot reveal anybody who attended, nor attribute anything to any one individual, as they can deny it.
And you have to wear a mask.
However,
wait, who is it? Hold on. Put on pause for a second here. Who is that little? Is that a child in the bottom?
They're going to sacrifice it.
What is that?
Who is that?
That's why they have the Chatham rules.
And the guy in the black hat, is that the guy from Here Comes the Boom? Is that is that guy? Or We Bring the Boom, or whatever it is?
Dude, who are these fucking people?
What is the Rizzler, or whatever his name is?
What's that?
We Bring
Kevin
the
James?
Boom. That's that family that
No.
You don't know
family.
the Costco
Costco
family.
family. Yeah, Costco family.
Yeah.
That looks like him. Is that guy?
That's hilarious.
Costco family.
Fucking Costco family dad.
What do they do? Just go to Costco and like shop?
But
But we got to pull up the Costco family. I've only seen like one or two clips. I didn't quite get it.
The Costco. I don't know how they
Like
went
I don't
so
understand what they
viral.
are. Like,
Dude, I
what's
miss
the-
like everything now. Like I don't even know what the hell's going on.
right. You don't
Costco
check
family
news for a couple
Jewish.
days, and you're like,
Oh, it's never even going to come up, is it?
It's probably
Well, the
not
guy
gonna
who
be.
started
They are
IKEA
Jewish.
is real into the mustache man. That's come out a few
Is he
times.
really?
Oh yeah.
that guy's popular with a lot of people. It turns out
The
through
Costco
history.
guy.
Yeah.
You start looking through history. Oh, JFK loved him.
Yeah, a lot of people were
a
into
lot of
him.
people. Henry Ford.
AJ Bafumo and his son Big Justice are indeed Jewish.
I wasn't even trying to
Wait,
really
they're
check
like
these guys.
LARPing as Italians?
Yeah. You didn't know
Italians
that?
and Jay
No,
switch
I
a
didn't
lot.
know this.
Yeah.
Kind of like the mafia.
They're really
Totally.
Yeah.
Like every mafia
What
movie is
the-
actually about Jays,
No,
but they
isn't
just
that
make
crazy?
it about Italians.
So we're like, oh, the Italian mafia as kids you grow up. And you're like, oh, the head guy was actually Meyer Lansky, Jew.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah,
Marley.
all of them. Bugsy Siegel.
That was the
Yeah,
first big
there's a bunch
casino
of them.
on
Mickey Cohen.
Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah, and
That
instead
was
of
that-
Ruby, it was Rubenstein.
Yeah, Rubenstein.
Jack Rubenstein.
Yep.
Jack, yep.
The Jewish Mafia. You can't say the Jewish Mafia. That's what Chappelle was talking about in that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'll have to blurb that from YouTube probably, just saying Jewish mafia. But we can talk about the Italian mafia.
Yeah,
Meyer Lansky. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's one of the only guys, he never went to prison.
The first tweet that comes up is a Jake Shields tweet.
I love how relentless you are, Jake. You'll just keep hammering.
You're the same way.
I know. That's why we get along.
That's why I
It's
get you. Like,
because you'll
you, like,
see the
won't stop.
injustice and you just keep hammering it.
Yeah, you just can't stop. Autistic or something.
Yeah.
I remember when I first had you in the podcast, I was like, oh, I don't know if you should. I forget what it was. I was trying to say I shouldn't have you, that you might attack me and go after me. I'm like,
No,
whatever.
never.
I'm like, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Dude, you had David Duke on your show, dude.
That's the most backlash. I didn't know how controversial he was. I knew he was controversial, but I didn't realize the level. And then I booked, and everyone's trying to talk me out of having him on, including people that are supposedly pro free speech. I'm like, I believe in my word. I just told this guy I'd bring him. You know, I told him I was going to fly him out there. He was excited. I didn't really had him on a podcast in like 10 years.
Yeah, you're not at Tim Pool. You're like, you'll follow through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, literally your word is all you have. So people are trying to talk me
Exactly,
to cancel.
dude.
I'm like, how am I going to call this guy and be like, I just bitched out when no one's interviewed him for 10 years. So
Yeah,
you know
when
what?
people say I turn on people, they never tell the story. I'm always reacting.
Yeah.
Like someone will talk shit about me and then I react and they pretend they didn't. And then people are like, oh, look at Owen turning on someone. I'm like, dude, that guy called me schizophrenic on Twitter. I'm like, I'm now mocking him.
Yeah, I probably do the same thing. Someone will say
Yeah.
something to me and I go overboard. Like,
Yeah, but I never just, like,
interviewed your
turn
friend,
on
your
people.
friend Sam, or kind of friend, back and forth. Sam.
Yeah.
Someone was showing us, was it on our show, Dave, that someone was showing us like some old news clippings about how we were just talking about they were David Duke. Was this old news clippings about David Duke, and like David Duke was like winning the election, or he was doing really well in his election or something. This is at the time of, you know,
Yeah, well, he I think he ran for governor of Louisiana in like 1992 or something like that, and he was polling ahead actually.
That's so
But,
crazy.
I mean, he did really well when he was trying to do in politics, and there's still a lot of people.
It's a great name, Duke.
David Duke.
David Duke. See, before my times, I realized how crazy he was.
I'm gonna get him in trouble, but I've heard from reliable sources that he actually converted to Catholicism.
Interesting.
And he's not very, he doesn't go out
Yeah.
and say it, but we're winning. We're winning,
Interesting.
Vince.
Yeah.
No, but he was like, he's not even that extreme by today. By the people
No.
you see nowadays, like, oh, this guy's like normal,
No.
mild manner.
No, he got like canceled for being like, did you realize that like 80% of the Bolsheviks are Jews?
Yeah, no, it's complete
You
nonsense.
just scroll through Twitter and like you see that tweet now
Like-
like in 30 minutes.
Like there's people making millions of dollars putting people's daughters into pornos and they're calling people extreme. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean extreme?
1,000-person gangbangs, and
Dude,
this
it's
guy's
insane.
a canceled guy.
Like that's why I don't play along. I'm like, I'm not playing along with this delusion.
No, and that's why I'm like, I'm not going to cancel David Duke because fucking everyone's telling me to. People
No.
are just fucking cowards. I don't think I interviewed the guy for like 10 years before I did. Or no
Dude,
one,
he
no
showed
one,
up
like,
at
with any
AFPAC.
platform.
Is that how you met him?
Yeah.
He showed up like around AFPAC or something, or at some other event near AFPAC or something.
No, yeah, that's where I met him. He showed up there.
And that's
then,
where you met him?
A kid I knew through jiu-jitsu had him with me, so I met him through him.
Interesting.
Okay, Art, and he was like super nice, like oh, it's a nice old dude. So
Yeah.
might as well have him on my show. I was like, yeah, you can come on my show. And then I realized, oh, he's really controversial.
Yeah, people that want to cancel people like that, it makes me want them even more because I'm like, people are going to find them interesting.
Oh yeah,
They're afraid that people are going to hear what they say. It's kind of like me. Like they're scared that I'm going to make people laugh and make them look stupid. You know?
Yeah.
No, they don't cancel when you sound crazy and do.
Now they
wrong.
like
cancel you
that.
when
They want you to look crazy.
I think the last interview David Duke did before he got canceled was Alex Jones.
So I think I was the first person from Alex Jones.
Wait, really?
I didn't realize
David
that.
Duke did an Alex Jones interview?
Yeah, dude, that was extremely red pilling very early on for me. I think it was 2014, 2013. He did an interview.
And Alex Jones is another guy that Joe Rogan used to have on his show a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, Alex is an interesting dude. It's entertaining.
He's entertaining, but he's turned into kind of clownish.
Yeah.
He used to be a little more funny and witty.
But the thing I'll give Alex is I've made fun of him. I've done impressions to his face and he laughs. And if you have a sense of humor about yourself, I give you a big, wide berth.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, the Patriots need erections and the deep state wants you flaccid. And he's like laughing. And I'm like, okay, man, you passed. Like you're good.
Yeah, I hung out with him before and he was cool. But then I don't know, I didn't like the dude that speak up when they pulled
Dude,
my
he
badge
canceled
away.
me, called me an
He acted
anti-Semite.
he
I'm not
didn't know.
allowed on his show, but I still.
Yeah, I'm banned from his show too.
Yeah. He did it years ago too. He
I
was
think
like,
he told all the staff I can't come on either. And
yeah.
It's so weird because he was one of the first talking about how Israel did 9/11.
Literally
one
like
of
the
first.
day after.
Yeah.
Do I have to pull the clip up?
Well, didn't he
See, that
say
shows how
it
sharp he
before?
was. That's how you know he's full of shit now. He doesn't not see what's going on.
Yeah,
pull
no,
that-
He probably
totally.
has a deal though, because he owes like billions of dollars. I bet someone's giving him money. They made a deal, like you need an allowance. So you don't really have. So it's hard. I mean, I feel a little sympathy for him.
Here's the clip.
You're older. You have a family. You've already
There it is.
pushed boundaries. It's like I don't know. It's sad.
Yeah, I just see it as
I
pathetic.
don't support
It's
the
sad,
Palestinians
yeah.
either.
Oops, sorry. Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Let me.
He's like, the Chi-Coms run Hollywood.
It's just sad, right? The China. You're in Hollywood. You know it's all the Chinese
Yeah, the
running it.
Chinese are running Hollywood. His
Yeah.
name's Lee
Yeah, they look China
Longstein.
hats.
Haven't you seen them with the rice hats? They're really small.
Way too low.
Here you go.
Something wrong.
I don't support the Palestinians either. They're all hyped up and psychotic. But Israel's going to get us nuked, always backing them up like this.
Look at the date,
Israel
9/12.
calls the Palestinians goyim or cattle or dogs or subhuman. They keep them on concentration camps. I got video of them taking Palestinian women's tomatoes they grow and breaking their water containers and stealing. That's why you have this crap. And our children are going to die. We're going to get nuked because of this. Iran's got the nukes now. Syria.
They still don't have them.
No.
They still-
I don't even believe
We're
in
going to have
nukes, but that's a
nuclear
whole
war because Israel likes to go around bombing everybody.
See, where's this Alex
I'm
Jones?
sorry. It's just the facts.
That's crazy.
Right? Like how much he's changed.
Yeah.
So clearly he knows what's going on. He's just.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's just sad and pathetic.
Well, he was the one who did that Bohemian Grove stuff, right? He was the first one.
Yeah.
that went
How
in there.
wild is that? These are like the elites of like the world, and they're like sacrificing like
They're
effigies
doing
of Moloch or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, giant owl.
These are like powerful people, not just like randoms.
Yeah, no, they were powerful people meeting in Bohemian Grove, like sacrificing children, like effigies of children.
No, it's like shit that you think can't be true, and like, no, it's true.
Yeah,
No,
it
it's
is.
totally true.
I think Nixon called it the gayest fucking thing he'd ever seen.
Yeah,
Just a
because
bunch of
dudes are like
fags
naked and
yeah.
stuff too. Yeah.
Like he said a bunch of dudes fucking and doing that. And
Fuck.
Dude, Nixon was kind of based sometimes.
Dude,
Some
you
of
realize
those,
that
some of
later
those
on.
tapes are hilarious.
That's why they canceled him. They, I know who canceled him now. Even without digging down the rabbit hole, I bet I know who got him canceled.
Totally.
Yeah, 'cause he was saying the Jews control the president. He was like, we got to keep the Jews out of the government. He was like, they're taking over.
Yeah, he was also like making fun of. He was like, and these homos, and they're like, "You're out of here, man."
Yeah, exactly.
Now we go
yeah.
down the rabbit hole of like who got him removed.
Well, here it
I
is.
bet I know who's gonna be behind it.
He has is a bunch of real left group. That's it. He's got a bunch of left-wing writers, and they put it in it, and that's the way he is.
And they all come from one group.
I know.
You look at their names, you know.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's
Hilarious.
the whole thing is a Jewish group.
Well, you see, the Bible teaches that there is the synagogue of Satan. In other words, there are two groups. There's the group in Israel that are going back. They don't know why they're going back, but they're going back driven by God, because I believe we're getting toward the end of things. And then there's the second group that the Bible calls the synagogue of Satan, and it's that crowd that puts out all of your literature, the pornographic
That's
literature.
crazy. Yeah,
They're
was
the
a
ones
pass-
that
that
are
was
the
a-
left wingers. They're the revolutionary leaders. They're the ones that control the media.
And this is why he
That
got
was-
impeached probably.
What was it? The Christian pastor's name? What was his name? Billy
Billy
Graham.
Graham.
Billy Graham. Yeah,
Yeah.
Billy Graham. That's crazy. You don't see any Protestants like that anymore.
No, look at the original Protestant.
There's another
it's good. My
Jake
tweet. It's
Shields
good. It's good. We put these things in my tweets. Are the first one that pops up.
That's so great.
Just type in anything anti-Semitic and
And then I
Jake
pop
Shields
up.
comes
Number one.
Number one
So
tweet.
great.
Like every time, it's every single time. I'm starting to see patterns here.
Yeah, starting to see patterns here, Jake. What the heck?
I'm good at noticing patterns. I don't know what he says in this one.
You want to play it?
Sure, let's
I can
see.
play
Oh, this is just
No,
that.
I mean, this is him.
No,
This is the
this
same
is
thing.
this is not.
It's
anything-
him talking
yeah.
about like you gotta have American interests. It's you know, if you just do what Jews want, then you're gonna alienate everyone
It's
around
sort of
them.
just
And
like
it's
lax.
very basic.
Yeah, very basic.
Yeah, no, I
stuff.
think basically if you live in a country, you should put your country and the other country. So unfortunately, I realized too many Jewish people put Israel before America, and it's hard. You know, I have a lot of Chinese friends, Mexican friends. None of them put their other country before America.
Well, people say that that's anti-Semitic to say. In fact, there's the State Department's definition of anti-Semitism.
yeah.
One of the bullet points is if you accuse Jews of being more loyal to Israel than the country that they reside in or the country that they're born in. But it's clearly true.
Did
I
they
mean, a
brag
lot of
about
them-
it? They,
Yeah.
You could read their quotes, and then they say that
Yeah,
that
there it
means
is.
you're bad. And you're like, that level of gaslighting can't last.
You know, I think it's already crumbling right
there
before
it is,
us.
right
Here they are.
there.
These are just-
Accusing Jews of people. Oh no, which one is it?
Well, there's a whole bunch accusing citizens of being more loyal to Israel
Yeah.
or the alleged priorities of Jews worldwide than to the interests of their own nations, applying double standards by requiring of it a behavior not expected or demanded by any other nation, claims of Jews killing Jesus or
So
blood
stuff
libel,
they did.
holding Jews collectively responsible for the actions of the state of Israel. Like,
I mean, the first one though,
the last
there.
one makes sense. The rest of them are retarded.
The first one there, though, is important, accusing Jews of being more loyal. I mean, look at what, like, when the tariffs hit, when Trump put the tariffs in the other day, Ben Shapiro was going off. He was super mad.
I saw your tweet about it
Yeah.
because he had a friend in the jewelry
The diamond
business.
house
Dude, that made me
stereotypical.
laugh so
I
hard.
laughed so hard at that. Did I see it from you? Maybe.
Yeah. I
He's
was like,
it was all good until my friend, you know, he just couldn't, and he bobbles his head.
my friend in the jewelry business lost money, and that's
Oh,
why he
no.
was pissed off.
He's like,
His
five nickels
blood
make a quarter.
diamonds.
Yeah, and then there it is. And then Trump freaking puts him back in. He's like, "This is a great policy." Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, just about like a little amount of money with his friend. Like
You don't even have
Eli.
to play it. Just show the tweet here. Ben Shapiro's pissed
He
off
sold
at
less
Trump about
diamonds this
tariffs on
week.
Israel because get this, he has a friend in the jewelry business
That is now making less money.
Don't mess with the Jews' money.
Yeah.
It's like the stereotypes are just getting ridiculous.
They do it to themselves.
No self. What is it? What's the word?
No self-awareness.
No self-awareness.
No, it's,
They
I think
can't
it's
see
like
their own reflection in the
narcissistic
mirror.
personality disorder where they can't perceive how others see them.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I think I tweeted out like, "What are vampires? They hate the cross. They suck blood, and they can't see their own reflection." I wonder what that's based off of. And a ton of Jews were like, "Fuck you," blah blah.
Yeah, and you didn't even say
I
it.
didn't say Jews.
Yeah, that's why I grow my own garlic, man. I get it.
just preparing.
Yeah.
Just in case. Yeah.
All the garlic in
That's
her cross.
Totally.
The
That's
teen gay are
hilarious.
coming. All right, something super serious we need to hit up, Vincent. Do you know about the pandas?
No. Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
I don't think,
about
I don't
talking
think
about the
pandas are
pandas.
real.
Go off.
So pandas only ovulate 3 days a year. They can't defend themselves. They sleep or defecate 23 hours a day. There's no pandas in the history of Chinese art or literature until the 1870s. And so I think they're like Shih Tzu dogs. Like they just bred them. And I think they're ridiculous. And they also, the Chinese government rents us pandas for like $1 million a year. And they always own it. And they call it panda diplomacy. And I think it's like a spy thing.
Dude, they took a panda. I didn't believe you told me that. Like, it can't be true. I looked it up. They took a panda back. I think they were mad at a bomb or something.
Yeah, they
And
take
took
their
a
pandas
panda.
back.
Like, give us our panda back. Like, that was like, they really did this. Like what?
They're like,
What
oh, we
the
take our
heck?
panda back.
Give us our panda.
Dude, they can't survive. All they do is eat bamboo all
yeah, we
day and
can't
sleep.
own pandas, right? You have to get them like leaves from China.
Yeah, and they have I think they have a patent on the genetics.
Also, the Chinese, why did they not draw them? That's kind of weird, or paint them.
They never did. I
They're
mean, there's
everywhere.
dragons and tigers and stuff. Zero pandas.
That's crazy.
It's definitely worth pondering.
And I ponder it so much. I actually have a theory that they bred them just to clear bamboo because bamboo is really hard to clear.
Dude, you first said it like this is the most big thing ever.
Look, it's gonna fall
Like,
out of the
how
tree.
does this survive?
I mean,
in
dude, that
nature?
doesn't survive. Oh, and
No,
I
it's
also
dumb.
tried to find a way where I can pet
Look,
a
it's
panda.
falling. It's falling. It's falling.
look at it, look
It's
at
gonna
it.
fall.
And like, you want to
It's
pet
definitely the most
panda?
fun conspiracy. Find the one where they're dressed as dogs at the zoo. Put like
Oh, yeah, they fake it all the time.
They fake pandas. Chinese got chopped.
No way.
I swear to God, they fake
watch this video.
pandas. There's scandals all the time.
It's hilarious. They've got these pandas and
Yeah, look at
dogs.
that.
and
Chinese
pandas.
zoo
I don't
dies
think
dogs.
that's it. Is there a video of it or no?
What the fuck?
Oh yeah,
No,
dude.
look in the video. It's hilarious. We got to get this.
Zoo in China goes viral.
for disguising dogs.
Now, let's go to a story that is going viral. A zoo in China getting a lot of heat
Proof they're not
online
real.
for disguising dogs as baby pandas.
Sneaky, weird. I don't know. You can decide what
It's
you think.
definitely
of it.
sneaky.
The zoo is in northern China.
Sounds
They
a little
recently
bit,
opened a zoo exhibit,
for that?
but they're chow chow dogs that have been given a black and white makeover. These dogs are advertised as panda dogs. They're just dogs, okay?
I mean,
According
pandas
to
aren't
the
even
zoo,
real either.
I think there was
they dyed
another
the
one.
dog's fur to look like pandas.
Did
to
they do
fill
it?
in
I
the
think
blank
they-
of
Wait,
not
try
being
another,
actual
try another one. There's a
pandas.
different one. Watch. Go back.
I think they put midgets in
there's one-
outfits too.
I think there's one where they did
yeah.
like midgets in outfit. Go, because there's another one. That wasn't the one I was talking about.
Because most people that have seen pandas
go,
in a zoo,
adorable
they only see them
costume.
sleep. They never see them move.
Put dresses. Go down to the fourth one. I think might be it.
This one?
Up one.
This one.
Yeah, I think it might be. It might not be. Let's try that
Dude,
one.
guess what the official name of a group of pandas is called, Vincent?
What?
An embarrassment of pandas.
No, it's not.
Look it up. Dave, look it up.
What the fuck?
That
There's
just
a
wasn't the video
school
either.
of fish,
I'll
a
look for it
herd of
later.
cattle, an embarrassment of pandas. Swear to God.
A group of pandas called.
And
What is it?
they're starting to backpedal. An embarrassment right there. A group of pandas called embarrassment. They're starting to backpedal. Oh yeah, look, USA Today. What is a group of pandas called? The embarrassing reality.
It'd be pretty
Oh my
embarrassing.
gosh.
It'd be embarrassing to be a
Fact.
fucking panda.
And they're starting to try and change it because I've spilled the beans.
You let the cat out of the
I
bag.
did, because dude, once I started talking about it, it's all over TikTok and stuff now.
You saw it and couldn't stop. You're like, guys, the fucking pandas.
I've been obsessed for like a while.
The pandas.
Dude, I think the
You have to
eel
see
thing
this,
is even
guys.
crazier, but for some reason people like
Because eels are kind of, I think because pandas are so cute and cuddly.
I
and
know.
Eels are, what was the eel thing
no one
again? They
knows how
don't
eels reproduce.
Yeah.
Which is like to me one of the
That's fucking
craziest things
weird,
of
yeah.
all time.
No one knows how
Pandas
eels.
don't reproduce in captivity, period, right? So
No.
we've never seen them reproduce.
Never.
Like, oh, no, Scott can't reproduce, guys.
Yeah, they can't.
Wait, so what's your theory? You think they're dogs mixed with bears or something?
Yeah, I think they did. They probably took a red panda and really just funked women. Like, you know, like they bred a Shih Tzu just to keep Emperor's laps warm, you know?
Okay.
And there's some cold dudes over there. Like, they'll kill off everything until they get that little.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's my theory. And I think it's relatively recent. But I don't know. Maybe they have some DNA lab.
That's
Make it
crazy.
Because they didn't come to America until Israel was created. Swear to God.
Same year, probably. or what?
1947 is when
Dude.
the panda first came to America.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's the face of like globalism. The World Wildlife Fund is a panda face because
Oh,
it's a
same.
docile black white Asian. That you know, it's just like the perfect citizen for the global.
Damn.
I know this is why people think I'm crazy, but it's like when you really think about it.
CIA was created the same year too, right?
Yeah, dude, so many things was 1947.
CIA, pandas, those are the two big ones.
United Nations. I mean, there's tons of them.
Yeah. After World War II, you saw everything. Everything they used that to manipulate everything, add in all these organizations and switch it
Yeah,
up.
things got weird.
Ooh. Well, a few more minutes and we could wrap up. This North Idaho is pretty nice.
Yeah. This
So
place
awesome
is
up here.
awesome.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Great place to have a family.
God's country.
It is.
It really is.
People are a little nice though. It's like throws you off when you first get here. Like these nice people.
Yeah. It's like I think the harshness of the winters like keep you honest.
Yeah.
No, it's a different breed, different people. Feels,
Yeah.
feels very different.
It's
but I
also
like it.
like 98. No, sorry. 89% white up here. So you still have this very high trust society, very low amount of bicycle stealers.
Yeah, and the blacks up here are almost like the most intense.
They're the most racist
based.
ones, probably.
They're like
Swear to
extremely.
God, the most.
I believe it because I have black friends like that.
Dude, they'll like be ranting about Hitler's economics and all this stuff. Like they're the most. Like to get them here, like they were very motivated.
I have two Middle Eastern friends moved up to Idaho, not this area, different area, and they're like so right wing and
Yeah,
extreme.
totally.
But they like hang out with the white guys. The guys with a cowboy hat. I gave him my Afghan friend. I gave him a white name. I give you an honorary white name. You're
That's
more
awesome.
white than me. I bring up there all the white guys. Like
What
he's
was
one
the
of the
name?
he's one of the good Bill. he's one of the good ones.
What was his original name? Jerome?
Tarek.
Oh, okay.
He's Afghan.
Tarek.
Like he's way whiter than me now though.
Yeah.
But he's good. He can mix it all different groups.
So he goes by Bill now.
Yeah, might go to Afghanistan with him at some time. He knows all the warlords.
That'd be fun.
The Taliban.
Bring back some lithium.
Could be some good footage though, maybe.
Yeah, it could be.
There, maybe go out to Chechnya. Their dictator's a huge fight fan.
Yep.
That guy's
true.
That guy is interesting. That'd be a fun interview. And it'd be nice just to watch the media melt down. Like, you can't interview that guy.
But what happens if he's like, let's fight, and if you like beat him, he might like kill.
I would just let him beat me up.
Yeah, totally. That's the move. Yeah, totally.
I'm not getting tortured in the basement.
Yeah.
I remember I was out in Morocco training some fighters with like literally the king. I'm like, I better just like be cool to this dude.
Totally.
He walks in, all the dudes stand up. Like, I'm like, oh, I better stand up. A couple of the guys are sitting there down on their phones. Like, oh, you fucking dumbasses.
Yeah, totally.
You're gonna get dragged down to the basement and electroshocked. Well, shit. Where can we find you guys before you wrap up?
You can find me at owenbenjamin.com, or I'm on Twitter at Owen Benjamin, or on Telegram, Rumble. Just Owen Benjamin, all one word. I live stream every day.
You can find me at The Backlash on Rumble. The Backlash on Rumble. It's a new pod. Just got done.
Kind of like whipping people.
Is it The Backlash or Real Backlash?
Real Backlash.
Real Backlash.
You gotta
on
get this
Twitter.
shit. You gotta get this shit. Oh.
On Twitter.
I like
The
Backlash.
on Rumble. So, cool.
Dude, I want to get
Thanks
a whip,
for having
bro.
us on, man.
Whips are sweet. Yeah, thanks for having us,
Whip?
man. Yeah.
Who are you gonna whip?
Whoever needs backlash.
Is it gonna be racially?
Nah, it's about behavior. Even if there's trends, we'll see trends, but it's behavior based.
But Singapore. Remember they publicly caned an
Caned,
American. That might work. I wouldn't let her in Singapore.
Totally works.
No drugs.
I'd rather do that than go to jail. Like, imagine America's more cruel. It's like 5 years in jail for drug possession. It's like, no, publicly beat the guy. He'll never do it again.
Once you came, you're not going to do it again.
Yeah, and you'll go back to your family, go back to your job.
Yeah, but jail, those guys, they get institutionalized. Like, oh, I'll go back. You get caned. You're like, fuck that. I ain't stealing shit again.
Yeah,
my
exactly.
back's still sore. I ain't going to get caned.
Exactly.
Wait, thanks for coming on, guys.
Thanks for having us.
For sure.
Cheers.